If you're a personal trainer or a coach in the online space, coronavirus has taken everything you thought you knew and thrown it up in the air. And I want to give you tips on how to be able to keep your clients now that the gyms are opening around the world. First though, I want to tell you a little bit about my experience and how coronavirus impacted me and my business when it started. And I'll be honest, I didn't take this all seriously initially. And when this all happened, I thought, you know, give it a few weeks and this will all blow over. I didn't take it seriously at all. And it wasn't until the soccer actually got cancelled here in the UK that I started to pay attention. And if you don't know much about the UK, soccer is like our world revolves around it, okay? Our whole culture is based around it. So when that stopped, I paid attention. So the next day I was in the gym, I created an exercise library. Every exercise I could think of that could be done at home. Squats, lunges, push-ups, you name it. I was doing everything I could that could be done at home. And the next day I was, you know, recording classes and things like that. And PTs around me were like, what are you doing? Like, we're going to be fine. It's not going to be that bad. We're never shutting. Then comes the Friday. We're all huddled around my phone in the staff room because we had been told the Prime Minister was going to make an announcement. That announcement was the shutdown of the gyms. And while the other PTs were panicking, what are they going to do? Like, I already had my plan. I'd already thought this through. I'd prepared. So I couldn't sleep that night. I got up at 4 a.m. on the Saturday morning and I created my whole entire online system. I edited all those videos. I created all my clients' programs. So that then when they woke up on the Saturday by 9 a.m., they had their whole entire online system. I just didn't give them a chance to doubt me. So I want to give you guys tips on how to be able to keep your clients now that the gyms are opening. First thing is you've got to look at yourself. You've got to look at, have you made the decisions that you need to make in order to make this successful? So when this all happened, I made the decision to not be just training on people online, but to become an online trainer. And there are two massively big differences. Training people online is temporary, right? You do things that will do, you're happy, things will be okay for a few weeks. When you decide to become an online trainer, that's permanent. That's thinking years in advance. And that's when I invested in the Online Trainer Academy Level 2. And that changed my life. I didn't know anything about what I was doing, and they did. From, you know, how to talk to people on the phone for sales, how to market, you name it, they done it. And I'm never glad I've done that. But making that decision about whether you want to, you know, just train people online or become an online trainer, that's huge. Nextly, what you're looking at is the client experience, right? These clients will not leave you if they've been getting treated well, if you've been looking after their fundamental needs as a coach. And that comes on you. So you've got to look at the experience your client has had. And you've got to care about them. You've got to, you know, go that extra mile. All my clients got little notepads with their initials on it at one point so they can track any habits they're trying to achieve or write down their thoughts, their feelings about how things have been going on. You know, if Christmas got them little things or for their birthdays or whatever. And you've got to go that extra mile. And, you know, people can say that, you know, us trainers, personal trainers, we're seen as luxury. We always have been. And we, you know, unless we do our job and go over and above, that's never going to change. I lost one client out of 13 when coronavirus hit. So you can't tell me that everybody sees coaches and personal trainers as a luxury, because mine didn't. Mine seen me as a necessity. And that comes down to how I treated them, how much I was invested in their goals as well as they are. I didn't just see them as money, I seen them as actual humans, and I was helping change their life. And that showed when they all decided to stay. So do the things you need to do, genuinely care about them, and when crisis hits, you'll be the one that gets kept instead of being the first thing that gets dropped. Next thing, like the way I was able to do that was I genuinely understood my clients. I understood their pain, I understood the things they were going through. And you can only do that by actually talking to your clients, right? And finding their deeper reasons, because someone can tell me that they want to lose weight. That's fine. But why do they want to lose weight? You know, what's on the line for them? Why is this so important? You know, do they want to lose weight? Why? Because they want their clothes to fit better. But why? Because they don't like what they see in the mirror. And that's huge. That's a massive difference between just wanting to lose weight and them not liking what they see in the mirror. So in days when they're struggling and they don't have motivation, if their goal is just to lose weight, they're going to be like, oh, it'll be fine. But if they keep remembering that they don't like what they see in the mirror, they will get up and they will do whatever they need to get to where they want to be. And that's huge. And a part of this as well is we're really bad as trainers, especially in-person trainers, for charging for our time. And when you start charging for your time, that's what your client expects. Your client expects I'm paying you and you give me your time. What you need to change is to providing the solution to their problems. And this mindset shift is what allowed me to double my monthly rate, because I wasn't giving them my time anymore whenever I moved into online. I was providing them the solution to their problem. So if they needed a call to help things get sorted, they done it. They got a call. If it was 10 minutes, it was 10 minutes. If it was 30 minutes, it was 30 minutes. They got whatever they needed to succeed. I didn't withhold nutrition because they needed nutrition information to get to where they want to be. I didn't hold back on exercise because, again, they needed that. So it's important that you're giving them exactly what they need and that you're not charging for your time, you charge for the solution. And once you start doing that, your value goes up massively because you're doing things that other trainers aren't. When it comes to then keeping your clients, because this is another thing, renewals, you can't think about a time frame. So I see coaches saying, oh, you're 4 weeks into your 12-week plan, or you've got 8 weeks to go. That's then telling that client that they only need to do this for 12 weeks. And that's very rarely the case. I've never met anybody that signs up to a program and 12 weeks later, they've got everything they ever wanted to achieve. That doesn't happen. So by talking to your clients and being like, oh, imagine where you'll be in 6 months, imagine where you'll be in a year, you're automatically setting the expectations that what they need to achieve is that far away or is that long of an investment. So when you come to week 11 of their initial 12 and you've never mentioned any time scales, you celebrate what they've achieved in the time that they've been with you. You can, really talk about their goals, where they want to achieve in the next one, and you can position yourself as the solution to be able to get them there. And that's the way to be able to do it. And don't be afraid to hold your clients accountable in those moments, when they're saying, how much they need to be where they want to be and how much they have to get there. And then the next minute they're throwing up excuses of why they can't do it. Don't be afraid to say, okay, if I hold you accountable to something that you told me earlier. And actually call them out, because most people are used to giving excuses to themselves. And when you're used to giving excuses for yourselves, like anything will do. But when you have to do them to other people, that's completely different. So don't be afraid to do that. And then also, communicating with people. Talk to people in the way you want to be talked to. Approach prospects the way you want to be approached. I am sick to death of these business coaches saying to me, I can help grow your business to 6 figures in 30 days. 1, you don't know anything about my business. 2, you don't know where I need to be. And 3, just leave me alone. That's weird. So don't be afraid to talk to people and to message them just to find out how they're doing. Message someone being like, hey, I loved your picture. Where did you take it? Create that genuine connection with people, because anybody can get a fitness program. Anybody can get a new nutrition plan. People will invest in people. And that's the thing to remember. And a good way to be able to kind of enforce this is to celebrate everything, right? If a client could put the shoes on for the first time without, burning 100 calories, that's massive. If they can do those kind of things when it used to take them so much energy, and now it doesn't, that's huge. I see so much of a focus on weight loss now, and it doesn't need to be that way. Celebrate the things that really mean the most to these people. Standing out without needing to touch a wall. That stuff's massive, and that will make you indispensable to them as well. And the last thing, lead. Always lead your people. If you come up with a solution, whether it's changing from in-person to online or changing to a new online system, you have to lead them to get to where you want to be. You can't give them choices. You can't give them choices that are going to dictate your quality of life. You have to take the lead. Tell them, this is what we're going to do. This is why we're going to do it. This is how it's going to benefit you. And this is when it's happening. And once you set that target of that date, 1st of April, this is when all this stuff's going to come in. Don't hesitate. They never get a chance to doubt you. You lead, they'll follow.